Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel Study with Dani. My name is Dani and I'm excited to have you here. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to the channel and click on the post notification bell icon so that you don't miss any new video. From the title, I guess you already know what this video is about, so let's get right into it. The main objective has been broken down into the following steps, and these are upload.last files to Excel spreadsheet, analyze the data format, convert to appropriate columns, and save as .csv or Excel spreadsheet file format. So before we get started, you need to open your Excel spreadsheet file. Then you need to locate where your .last file is. So you just need to drag and drop it in the Excel spreadsheet and wait for it to load. So looking at the data here, it gives you all the information that you need when you're uploading your well data into Petrol, TechLog, or any of the well analysis software tools we have. But all you need here now is to know the type of logs that you have in your data, right? But these are not really important in the machine learning and data science process. So what we do here is we delete all the irrelevant rows. Okay, so this is our data set right here, but what we need to realize is all the data is captured in one column, as you can see here. And when you click on the other columns, we have no data at all. And this cannot help us in our machine learning process. So we need to divide this into different columns. And how do we do that? First of all the data are in the A column, right? So you just select the A column, go to the data tab, go to text to columns, select delimited, click next. Sometimes this will be on tab, right? But the best one for our data set is the space, because we can see that these are spaces. And when these spaces are not similar, it may lead to some confusion. So after you do this delimitation, you need to actually go through your data set, right? So you click next again, and then you can click finish. Just wait for it to load, and this is your data set. But first of all, like I said, if the spaces are not the same, you need to analyze your data again. So we can see the last of our headers ends here, but we have data after this column. So as we can see, there's no data here, meaning this data needs to be shifted to the left. But let's have a quick scroll through to see if maybe we have some data in the A column. But yeah, obviously we have no data in the A column. So yeah, we need to shift this to the left, or we need to shift the headers to the right. So it's easier to shift the headers to the right and delete to shift everything to the left. Again, we do not need this column, can delete. Basically, we also do not need the unit column, but you can keep it there and take it out when you import your data into Jupyter Notebook for data analysis. So what we can do now is we can import our data or save our data as a CSV or Excel file and import it into the Jupyter Notebook environment, or we can actually delete the unnecessary rows so that we can focus on our reservoir section, because the whole process of this series is about the application of data science and machine learning in reservoir characterization. So we will basically be dealing with the reservoir section. So for this well, the reservoir section is around the 3000 depth, but in this case, you can also use the bit size when it gets to 8.5 inches, the gamma ray, and knowledge about neutron density to help you decide if you've actually gotten into your reservoir section. So we can freeze this header row. So as we're scrolling through, we know that, okay, these are the columns I am focusing on, right? So in data science, minus 9.25 will be read as not a number. That's NaN, and we call it none. So let's just scroll through, and like I said, from our end of well report, we know that our top reservoir is around the 3000 meter depth, I think 3,600 or something. So always read your end of well report. And as we are scrolling through, you have to look throughout your data to see if there will be some anomalies or some differences within the alignment of your data. Once the data alignment is different, then it means there's something wrong with the delimitation that you did. So you have to go through that column again. So we can see here that our neutron log and our density log are still reading NaNs. That's not a number. So we keep on scrolling through, keeping an eye on the depth to make sure that once we get to the 3000 column, we can actually delete everything on there. Like I said, you can leave it as it is, then you can take care of it when you import it into the Jupyter Notebook environment. But once you're in Excel, it's easier. I prefer using Excel because it's easier that way. And when we get to the part where we are doing a course in the Jupyter Notebook environment, I'll actually teach you how to get rid of unnecessary rows and unnecessary columns. So let's continue to scroll through. So we are now at the 3000 depth, but we're still seeing NaNs, right? So at this point, we are not seeing any NaNs. So for you listening and watching, I think before you do this, you need to read your end of our report. And as you can see, we are at the 8.5 bit size column, right? So quickly, row B is still reading NaN. So yeah, let's get to the last point of NaNs. So we delete up to this point. Great. And the depth is also reading, has some unnecessary character. So we delete all this, right? And these columns are really not necessary for predictions in reservoir characterization. So we're actually going to focus on these logs. So I think this one also is another form of gamma ray, which is not really necessary. So we can also delete this column. So from your data set, you may have density, neutron, sonic. We don't have sonic here. So in our subsequent series, we may use other wells that have all the full suite of conventional logs. That's sonic inclusive. But for now, this is how you can delimit your last file. So let's save this file. Go to Save As, and then you select CSV file. I like working with CSV files. You can save it as an Excel file, but I like working with CSV file, so let's save it as a CSV file. You can decide to change the name. I prefer to use the well name as my file name. Right. Click on Save. You need to specify the folder that you are saving this in, but basically this is the entire process that you need to convert your .last files to .csv or Excel files. Thank you very much for staying with me up to the end of this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. If you have any question or topic that you'd like help with in learning, leave it down in the comment section and I'll try my best to attend to it. Click on the post notification bell icon so that you'll be alerted whenever a new video is uploaded. Here at Study with Dani, we teach in order to learn and we learn in order to teach. Stay safe. Bye-bye.